Okay, this is for Shane Rollins, who asked to do the match stovepipe and Apache for tight zone, and this is going to be for B-gap zone. And all it is this: we said if you have, we're obviously running C-gap to the left here. If you have leverage on the guy you're blocking, if you have leverage on the read spot, in other words, you have an advantage to the guy you're blocking. Okay, so let's say we had a guy in a loose nine. That tight end would have leverage to the read spot. Okay, I put the read spot on this side, but it's, everybody understands it's on this side. I just couldn't draw all this stuff. You have leverage. You want to match. Okay, if you can see the read spot by looking in your gap, okay, we can say that the back will make you right. You still have to protect your gap first. Okay, again, we're doing C gap run. You have to protect your gap first. I'm going to flip this pointer over a little bit. Everybody's stepping to the left, but the back can make cuts going to the read spot that can make you right and you right. You're already right, and it depends on what happens to you, but that's the stovepipe. That's the back is the smoke. He finds the best access through the stovepipe. And then the Apaches were the guys that encircled, okay? They encircled their gaps first, okay? These guys cover, these two. This guy matches. Depends on where he winds up. If he winds up in the stovepipe, he tries to cover, okay? We tried to eliminate him covering a shaded nose, and that's a mechanical thing. Everybody could be off the ball, but he can't be. Uh, I had several discussions about this, but we tried to eliminate this, and that was basically what happened here in B-gap. That's why I got rid of B-gap in my playbook whenever anybody would listen to me. Okay, but anyway, these are the encircle guys. The first thing they're trying to do is establish leverage before they establish anything else, before they get any punch. Now, some people everybody just bang a left and go, and that forces the back to cut back. And it's all well and good until somebody else shows up for the second level, back capture, safety fills, or something like that. We're trying to deliver the read spot to the back. Now, coming down to the tight zone, if you think about it, what we're going to do, if you're in box, okay, the point would be here. But if you're in veer over here, the point would be here. And again, we're all stepping to the left, okay? And if you think about it, if that's the read spot, well, I'm just going to transpose that to here. So that's just like he's the tight end. It's just like he's the tackle, and just like he's the guard, and it's just like he's the center, okay? So again, here's the back trying wherever he's approaching from. That's where he's trying to get to. We're trying to deliver it to him. These guys match. These guys stovepipe. They cover, and these guys Apache. Okay, and if you look at it, it's going to be a tight end, maybe a wing, maybe it's nobody. Maybe we're just running a cutter across, just like over here. Okay, we're running a cutter across. We've cut this gap, and we've cut this gap, and let these guys block for the quarterback on pull reads and things like that. Okay, here I prefer, rather than this guy Apache, and I prefer to put him in either a sniffer or a hip and give him leverage so he doesn't have to Apache. We'd like to eliminate the Apaches, but he is essentially in the Apache area, and whoever blocks in that area, whether it's a cutter or a hip guy or something like that, he wants to establish leverage before he does anything else. Okay, the back will make these guys right. These guys are already right. They just can't get beat. The guys they're blocking are already blocked. Okay, by alignment, by leverage. Okay, if you take this down to here, The B gap read. The reason we liked the C gap read was we ran away from the eighth guy. Okay, so a lot of times we didn't have an option quarterback, so we would let the quarterback naked, and he doesn't have to be fast to run naked. He just has to be able to throw. And we would make that mesh over here and get the separation here. But the center didn't have to cover. He didn't have to scoot. And that was a big deal. I felt as though the center could Apache. I felt he could match, but the covering was a problem, the scooting. Okay. Some guys will tell you it can be done. I think it can be done for the most part, except on a hard ass nose. You wind up hooking them. Okay. When you hook them, you shut that guy. If you hook the nose, you can hook him. There's plenty of film, but you shut that guy off. He can't get to the back, or he's got to run through the nose, or he's got to pierce, and it kind of screws this whole thing up. You can block down, but that's not, block down and wrap. That's called pin and pull. But for him to cover, for him to scoot and get square and give this guy access, I thought it was a little much. And that was what this thing was all about here. So, but if you do your classic B gap outside hip of the guard with this play, here's the match, guys. Okay. Here's the stovepipe, guys, and here's the Apache, the lone Apache. Okay, it's as simple as that. I've done it before. It's in this miasma of videos that I've put together over the years. But this is just for Shane, just because I felt like doing it. I just had a nice lunch of what do you call it? I forget what it is. An Italian meat and some olive. I made myself a muffalata. Pretty good. Okay, I'm feeling good. Didn't have any alcohol or anything because it's still early. My wife's outside actually doing yard work, and I'm sitting in here still recovering from my hip. I'm going to milk this hip forever. Bye.